listen to Rover's Morning Glory out of Cleveland. I found them by trying to get my local Binghamton radio station on the internet, because I get terrible radio reception where I live. So I found them on the internet, and I found that they had a morning show. I thought it was from Binghamton, but it's the show from Cleveland that's been on for like a decade. So I found the original show in Cleveland, and now I just log on and listen to them, and I watch them because he has his own internet TV network.
Yeah.
So I just watch their show Monday through Friday from like 6:30 to 10:30.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't hardly in the car. I listen to the AM, sometimes the talk shit. I listen to the crazy fucking Republican station.
Oh my God, they're scary.
Yeah, it's sometimes for a good laugh, or the local news to get traffic and weather updates and local shit. You know, who shot who lately. But I generally don't listen to any kind of fucking FM radio. It's just so dull. That's why we try on our shows. We try and play shit that you don't. You know, our basic rule is it doesn't fucking. We're pirates and shit. We don't give a shit about copyright and all that stuff. Well, our basic rule is. Yeah, our basic rule is if you can hear it on the radio, don't fucking play it unless you have a special fucking reason. Simple as that. You know, because we do. You know, like and then some artists have such a deep catalog. You don't need to. Like when I played Bowie songs for the last show I did a little Bowie bumpers for tribute. Mm-hmm. You didn't hear fucking Fame. You didn't hear Golden Years. You ain't gonna hear fucking Rebel. No, he has such a deep catalog. Song. And you know why radio stations pump that all the time? There's a local DJ here that's been in the business for years. He's a top dog now. But back in the early days when he was on the phones, he would talk. You know, he's pretty sociable guy. You know, you could still approach him and talk to him and have a few minutes with him. And he explained to me, he's like, you see, what happens is the radio stations pay these companies like Warner Brothers, for instance, a licensing fee, and under that licensing fee, you're allowed certain things. Let's say you have the Black Sabbath Paranoid album. You're allowed to play Paranoid and Iron Man off that album. That's it, under the license. If you want to play something else further, another cut, you have to pay a little bit more.
You have to pay extra, huh?
Yeah, you have to pay extra. So when you hear a show on an FM radio station that's playing really deep cuts, or a specific show like I do with themes, and they're playing non-standard stuff, that costs the radio station a lot of extra money to do. That's why you don't hear those too often. Mm-hmm. You hear that's also why those shows are mostly on late at night, because late at night, no one in the area is listening, and they would. This is, you know, back before the easy recording and all that, and, you know, shows have disappeared. You would hear them. If you didn't hear them live, you didn't catch them.
I guess if it's an iHeart station, that all falls under iHeart's licensing.
Oh, I refuse to sign up with iHeart because they own everything.
They do.
I'm just saying, because when I went to find my local station in Binghamton, KGB FM.
Yeah,
it's a rock station, and
WKGB, where we listen to you.
They don't have their own website or anything. They are an iHeart station. You go there, you want to listen live, you get the link goes to iHeart. Everything is through iHeart.
Wow.
And you have to follow their rules.
And the Cleveland station is WMMS. The only reason I get to see and hear slightly different stuff is because I log into, like the Cleveland station, I just log into the RMG show. It's his own network, because I sent the link and the name to people I know, like in England and in Ireland, Scotland. They can't play them because iHeart is blocked for them, these stations. But I send them the Rover Radio link, and anyone in the whole world can log on to them.
Right.
You know, because it's his own. He was smart. He owns it all. He owns his whole show.
Right. Yeah. See, that's
does he have his own server?
Yes, he has everything. He has his
That's
own
the
television
key, is
network.
getting your own
That's
server.
the key, is working up to that point and getting your own,
Mhm.
and having your own. Then you don't really make a. Then you can start getting some advertising and sell some merchandise. I think that's where most people make the money, is selling merchandise.
Well, he makes a lot of money off his radio program because it's syndicated all across the country. Plus, he has merchandise. Plus, he has a concert every summer in July called Roverfest. He had over 20,000 people last summer.
Nice.
Unbelievable. It's
Nice.
like a 1-day show. He had
It's easy to set one of those up. It's hard to make it big.
yeah, he had Scott Weiland before his death last July.
Boo, boo, hiss, boo.
Yeah, Scott Weiland, Flo Rida, Andrew WK, CK, WK. Yeah.
You should stop now. It was good until you mentioned who he had on the stage.
But,
Come on.
I don't go there. It's, they stream it for free.
I'm
I
busting
watch
balls.
it.
I'm busting balls a little bit. I'm busting
No,
balls.
you know what it is?
Well,
I watch it for the radio people. Because
Yeah.
I have breaking news. The Rolling Stones said that Belgian astronomers have paid tribute to David Bowie with a constellation of 7 stars to form the Aladdin saying lightning bolt. It's pretty cool.
That. I saw that.
That is really cool. I like stuff like that. I really do. I really liked his song Black Star. Have you guys watched the video?
Oh, I've been jamming the shit out of that. Yeah, I've been jamming the shit out of Black Star.
For people that haven't heard it or seen it, you really need to see it to get the full effect. It's got a lot of minor second chords.
It reminds me of the Heart's Filthy Lesson era from what was that album he did that on? David Bowie. Was it on Heathen or Reality?
I don't know.
I don't know.
The Heart's Filthy Lesson era was like he did Heathen, Reality, and it was after Earthling, and he had a couple of albums that had that sound to it, and then he did something else that I didn't like really all that much, which I'll probably end up liking because I always do. And then he went to Black Star, and it kind of went back a little bit to that sound he had on Reality and Outside. I like that. I like that sound he's got for that. It's just so haunting. It's beautiful. It's catchy.
It's the minor seconds in it, and minor seconds can affect your mitochondria. My friend did his dissertation on the effect of sound on mitochondria, and it was found that minor seconds produce more of a reaction from your mitochondria, which you get from your mother. And it's like they do this dance. Mitochondria they'll do dances within the cells. It's a cellular level. It's just kind of cool. Oh, gosh, what was his name? That reggae artist where he would say music can heal the world, the one that was shot. Oh, why can't I remember his name?
Bob Marley?
Yes,
or
Bob Marley.
Peter Tosh?
No, it was Bob Marley would say that music could heal the world. And it
could,
turns out
yes, it can. Yeah,
that
do
may
a lot
be a strong possibility with different types of chords, just affecting the mitochondria. If your mitochondria is strong and healthy, you will be healthy. It's just a thing. And when I listened to that Black Star, I kept on hearing more and more second chords. It's amazing.
Yeah, I like that one.
See how your body feels afterwards.
The video is weird as fuck. But, it's Bowie, so.
You thought it was weird?
Yeah, he does some weird stuff. I'm not a fan of some of the dance arts. It's like...
Oh, like when they did the shaking thing?
The shaking part was pretty good. Yeah, like they were vibrating. That
reminded me of the Shakers and a turkey... in Turkey, the whirling dervish that they would do.
Yeah, the whirling dervishes. Yeah, what that made me think of was the DNA thing, the vibrations of the music affecting. Because you've seen, I'm sure, some of the science experiments where they lift objects and move objects and change the shape of objects through vibration, sound vibration and manipulation, and that's what
spiders. You can do that with spiders and their webs.
That's what it made me think of. So. Anyways, I got to get going. I got to set up. I got to do a little laundry gathering here, and then take a shower.
Set up by. It was an honor.
Do my show. Do a little bit of
So
Detroit Rock City in about an hour.
I'm excited about that. I
Where are you?
finally
You're in
figured out the
Detroit?
settings.
Yeah, I'm in Detroit.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm in the suburb right now. Hopefully, I'll be back in Detroit soon.
Well, they have a lot of properties that if you
Yeah.
revamp them, you
I'm
get a
hoping to
big
get
tax break.
Yeah, trying to get like one of the old storefronts with the apartment above it
Yes, I like
deals,
those ideas.
and then I'm gonna turn it into a guy down here has one of those, and he turned it into a BYOB club where he set up a little stage and a mixing board, and he does live shows there, and basically that's what he does for a living. He just hosts live shows.
Wow,
And
that sounds great.
Detroit's becoming
that pays his rent and it pays his food, and that's good enough for him, you know.
well, Detroit's becoming an area where you can reinvent yourself. It's like the Sedona of the North. You know, I
It's
hear
a
a
little
lot
bit
of
of
buzz.
Mad Max land too. There's a little bit of lawlessness, slight, a little bit.
It's
of
that raw
lawlessness.
creativity, you know, that
But it's
recklessness
hard to
that
break
comes
in
with it.
legally. Yeah, if you
Where
want to set up
Plato
like a
says the sane madness of the poet. That's what Detroit strikes me like.
yeah. Well, if you want to set up like a legit business, it's a little bit difficult because you know, the businessmen and the government and the cronies in offices do a lot of thievery and stealing and it's sucking off your teats. But
I didn't
you
realize that
can.
because I saw a lot of
Yeah.
startup tech companies.
Yeah, there's a
moving
lot.
to
Yeah, there's startup. You can
Detroit.
get in here, but you got to pay to play. You're going to pay to play. If you want to set up a legit business here, you're going to pay, and you had better make some money right away, or you're going to go under fast. So we have a lot of businesses starting up. We have a lot of businesses folding too.
I haven't heard that. So.
Yeah, of course you haven't heard that. They're not going to put that out there.
Well, I haven't looked either. So.
Yeah, you haven't looked. Yeah. It's out there if you find it, but you have no vested interest in looking. So you just catch what you see.
Well, I love the architecture in
cursory,
Detroit.
you know, yeah.
How could you not love the architecture there? And it kills me
it's
to
gorgeous.
see these
Yeah, it's
houses
gorgeous.
just fold in because of neglect and the harsh winters of Detroit. You know, it's wet, it's dark.
They're renovating a lot of those buildings now, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
There's
too many of them falling in.
Yeah, I wouldn't say a lot. There's a few select ones they're renovating, and people are trying. And guys like Max Lang, who runs the Sanctuary, are buying buildings like that and opening little places. And there's a few of the historic bars people have taken over, like the UFO Factory. I mean, it's a shoestring budget. The electricity blows occasionally when the band's too powerful. But, they're trying. They're trying. Like I said, it's hard when you're trying to do a legit business there because you have to pay all these fees. Like the Corktown Tavern has an upstairs and a downstairs. And the downstairs like a main little bar, little family bar. And then upstairs is like the attic where they open it up and put the stage and you have the bands and shit. And they had a little bar set up there. Well, the city of Detroit wants them to have 2 licenses to serve. One for upstairs and one. Yeah, 2 liquor licenses because they have 2 bars. And it's like, no, we don't. We have 1 fucking bar with 2 floors. And so the city gouges you and stabs you with stupid shit like that. So now we can't have the bar upstairs. That's like. They close the bar upstairs? Yeah, they serve downstairs only. Yeah, no, they can't. Yeah, they go downstairs only. You have to go downstairs and get your booze. But it's just a pain in the ass and stupid, which, we don't mind as customers. We understand because, they're local people who own this place and they hang out and this is one of my regular hangouts. And it's just ridiculous. So, they're trying.
I only played bars and small clubs. Without liquor, no one comes.
That's true. They'll go somewhere where they can have their drink.
The BYO,
no matter what I played,
sweet,
upstate here, no matter where I played up here, even I played a guitar playing competition up here. If it wouldn't have been in a bar, no one would have come.
I've been to a couple shows like that.
Even though they televised, on tape, because this was back in the 90s. They televised it on tape, but it had to be a known place, and it had to be a bar. It had to be a club bar.
Yeah.
I don't know what changes it from a bar to a club. I guess having what's the license you have to get? cabaret license or something?
I think it has something to do with women and their breastises on how many you have underneath the roof as under your employment. That's what it is.
I know there was something that no